Shalom. Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, to the Akim doing the work in truth and sincerity, as well as the few Akwat that listen and learn. This is Brother Shawar with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. And just something was on my spirit, watching certain camps and whatnot and just meditating on certain things and the times we're in, dealing with prophecy and, of course, being in the last days. And, see, the people of this world, that they pretty much like, these truthers and these guys who are speaking on the war, the rumors of war and, the geopolitics and geoeconomics and stuff that's going on, which is all biblical prophecy. They're pretty much wondering or trying to guess who's going to be the new superpower of the world. And the new superpower of the world is not going to be, China. It's not going to be Russia, or any of these nations that's going to partake in this third woe, which is World War III. The new superpower of the world is going to be the Israelites, the so-called Negros, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Yasharala, the princes of the power, the sons of God. That's who we are. That nation, our nation is going to rule over, the whole entire world, every nation on the planet. But it's not going to be for a period of time. It's not going to be for 400, 500 years. It's going to be for an eternity, but it's going to be done in righteousness. So all the other nations will benefit and rejoice in the rulership of the Israelites, regardless of them not being in rulership. So that's the new superpower, man. The new superpower is us. So-called Negros, Latinos, and Native Americans, starting with the hopeful elect. Right? So let's get, I wanted to get this prophecy in Joel dealing with the judgment for these nations, in this third woe. Because, you see, these nations are under the impression that, to a degree, of course, they're on the same team because they, the elites want to implement the digital system with the MOTB controlling everything because they want complete control. And, all these nations, eventually they want to institute that as well, man, because it's the elites that's really behind these things. The elite banking families, these high-level Edomites, witches and warlocks behind the scenes. But, they're going to be highly disappointed because really they're just being set up to lose. All these nations are doing is being set up to lose, man. So let's get this in Joel, the 3rd chapter and the 9th verse, and it reads, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong." So right now, the Lord is, he's riling up that spirit of war in the earth because, we're in the time of the end, man, but we're in the time of that third woe. Talked about in Revelation, World War III, the war to end all wars. So the Lord is putting the spirit on these nations, just as the prophecies say, man, that the nations are going to hate the whore, which is Babylon, the great America. America's going to, their allies are going to turn on them pretty much. And that's the war. The war is going to, be fought amongst these nations, man. This quote unquote superpowers of the earth, and other nations as well that aren't necessarily superpowers, but these various nations are going to be gathered, and to fight this war. But the Lord is going to intervene you know, which is, okay, the Lord is going to intervene, and that's synonymous with the Israelites being delivered, the elect being delivered, and the destruction of Babylon the Great and this wicked infrastructure that we see. So let's continue reading. Verse 11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, which are the other nations, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about, right? The valley of Jehoshaphat is dealing with the Middle East. And that, you know, going into that word, it means Yahweh's judgment. In the Hebrew, it means Yahweh's judgment, man. The valley of decision, the valley of Yahweh's judgment. You know, so the Lord is going to judge these nations. He's going to intervene in this war, and they're going to try and fight the Lord in the midst of them, you know, duking it out. Because it's going to be a nuclear warfare, man. It's not going to be no, you know, this is going to be a nuclear war. But the Lord is going to intervene, as I said, deliver the elect, you know, in the land of their captivity. And in Babylon, America, and these other, you know, wicked infrastructures and cities that Esau set up around the world are going to be destroyed as well. And billions of people are going to die in the process because judgment has to go forth. But the elect is going to be delivered. But this is the start, or should I say, this is the end, or this is the ending of this kingdom, this rulership. That's how this rulership is going to go out. And once that the deliverance of the Israelites, the elect, is fulfilled, you know, with Yahushua and King David and the elect, and the kingdom of heaven is going to be, you know, restored. That's the beginning of the new heavens and the new earth that we seek, man. The kingdom of heaven, the beginning of righteousness, you know, established as the standard in the earth, because that's what the kingdom of heaven is about, man. It's about the rulership of the Israelites. Is about the whole entire earth being governed under righteousness, man, because that is the perfect way. The perfect way to pretty much exist is the ways of the Heavenly Father. And that's why he gave it to his, you know, his sons, his nation. But what the Israelites have fell away. And, you know, now we've been brought to a lower state, and the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked, Job 9:24. And we see the condition and what's happened to the earth in a wicked rulership. Because right now we're learning the left-hand side. We're learning the evil side, the what not to do, so we can, you know, appreciate the good side, the righteous side. You know, you got to know both sides to be a balanced ruler. And that's what the Lord is building us up right now to see and to learn. So these nations, man, they think they're fighting for, you know, the next seat in the power seat, the next spot in the power seat. But really, they're just, you know, the Lord is just pulling strings, and they're playing out exactly what the Lord wants them to do. You know, the prophecies are going out, and they're going to continue to go forth and to come to pass just how it's written, man, because this is the spirit of the Lord. This is the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. He is in control of everything. And these nations are going to see, especially Esau, Edom, pretty soon when all hell breaks loose, they're gonna see that they are not in control, man, because they think they're in control. They're trying to manufacture the famine, manufacture, you know, societal collapse so they can bring in their order out of chaos by way of the MOTB. But they're gonna see that it's not, they're not in control. That it's Yahweh Bashim Yahushai that's in control. So let's get this in second address, because, as I said, this is the downfall and how this kingdom and this rulership is gonna go out. You know, Esau's rulership is gonna go out by way of, you know, that nuclear destruction. So what comes after, man? Who's ruling next? The scriptures tell us, as I said, it's the Israelites. But let's get this scripture in second Esdras to prove it. This is second Esdras 6, and we'll start at 6. It reads, "Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follows?" So Ezra is asking the Lord, pretty much, when is the wicked kingdom gonna, when is the wicked kingdom gonna be over, and when is the righteous kingdom coming? When is the beginning of the kingdom of heaven gonna happen? The parting asunder of the times. When is that translation between kingdoms, between the wicked kingdom and the righteous kingdom gonna happen? Verse 8, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, going all the way back to Genesis. Because this is, you see, the Lord, the story is already written, man. The Lord has everything planned out, even from the beginning, man, before our existence. Right? Verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, meaning age, going into that word eon. One of the different meanings for world in the scriptures, age, a time period, man. So Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob, the Israelites, is the beginning of it that followeth. So the next rulers of the earth are the Israelites. In particular, Yahushai, King David, and the 144,000. So that is the governing body of the world to come, man, for an everlasting time period. It's not like this. When we get our kingdom, man, Lord willing, we'll be a part of the elect. But I mean, even the 2/3 of Israel that's marked for judgment, pursuant to Zechariah 13:8, they're going to come back through the loins of the elect in the kingdom and be born into righteousness, and they're going to be born into immortality, with the second covenant in their inward parts, in their mind, as it is written. So our whole kingdom, our whole nation, I should say, is going to be, the righteousness is going to be within us. We're never going to get back to this state, man. We're not going to be taken out of power, because we're going to be immortals with spiritual power, spiritual abilities. We're going to be completely in tune with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. We're going to be made perfect, men, women, and children. The heathen, they won't be made so perfect, but again, they're not going to be made perfect. They're going to be the regular heathen. They're going to be, because that's the balance. They're not going to be made perfect, because there has to be something that balances it out. But the world is going to be on a way higher level than it is now, man. It's going to be a paradise because of the rulership. And the Spirit of the Lord is going to be dwelling just throughout the whole earth, man, because the Israelites are going to be in power. And here you have the opposite, the spirit of Satan, the spirit of this devil, Esau, Edom, is throughout the whole earth. These wicked and vain philosophies, even in other nations where, in the eastern part of the world, where they don't really, they don't even rock with Esau like that. But, what's the word I'm looking for? Those philosophies, Esau's philosophies, his wine, is still sprinkled, here and there throughout these nations, man. And it causes confusion, death, and destruction. That's really all Esau breeds, no matter how you look at it. But that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen in the kingdom of heaven, under the righteous rulership of the Israelites. And the nations will rejoice, man. The other nations are gonna rejoice, even in being servants and handmaids to the Israelites. It tells us that in Proverbs 29:2. When the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. When the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Or however, I know one of the words, I might have switched up the wording, but that's what it says. Right? So the Israelites are the new superpower, are going to be the new superpowers of the world, starting with Yahushai, of course. So let's get this in Sirach 10:8. And it reads, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So because this is a wicked, vile place, and Esau, to get his spot, he raped, robbed, and murdered, and destroyed pretty much every nation along the way, especially the Israelites, man. Starting with the head tribe, Judah, all the way down to Issachar, the whole nation. He's destroyed, man. He's raped, robbed, and murdered his way to the top. And ultimately, the Lord allowed him to do so because, again, this is a bigger lesson that we're learning. But, this is a wicked kingdom. It's not going to stand, man. The Lord isn't going to allow this place to flourish for eternity, for, even much longer than it is now. We feel like it's been too long, but it's all the Lord's will. It's all the Lord's plan. But this thing is getting ready to be over with, man. And it needs to be, because the earth is mourning. The people are mourning. The Israelites are mourning. It's utter confusion everywhere you go. Sex is people don't know. Sex is just like it's not even what it. I can't even explain it. Like, it's so confusing. Everybody is confused, man. You could do whatever you want in Babylon the Great. You could be a dog. You could be a iPhone charger. You could marry a tree. You could do whatever you want, man. It's a very lawless place, and that vibration is out throughout the whole earth, man. Everybody's out of order. Men and women are constantly fighting for the most part. It's wicked. It's just wicked everywhere you look, man. And it's caused nothing but depression, death, and destruction. But this is the repercussions of a wicked rulership, and that's what the Lord is showing us, right? So this kingdom is going to be translated from the Edomites to the Israelites. So, and to back up the point of the kingdom being for an everlasting time period, let's get this in Psalms 145. Because this is why these Edomites are going so hard to keep their kingdom afloat, because these elites they know the prophecies, they know what we're saying is true, and they know who the Israelites are and the prophets, and so on and so forth. So they're going to come down with that great wrath pursuant to Revelation 12 and 12, because they know they have but a short time. And they know that this kingdom, their slavery is coming, and they know that this kingdom there's no coming back, when this kingdom falls. Right? So this is Psalms 145 and 10. It reads, "All thy works shall praise thee, O Lord, and thy saints, which are the Israelites, shall bless thee. They shall speak of the glory of thy kingdom, and talk of thy power, to make known the sons of men his mighty acts, and the glorious majesty of his kingdom. Thy kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and thy dominion endureth throughout all generations." So again, man, our kingdom isn't going to be temporal. It's not going to be, there's not going to be no war that's going to knock us out of power, man. It's going to be an everlasting kingdom. And we're going to be made immortal. So, our kingdom is just going to continue to grow and flourish. And we're going to have access to, the universe. It's just going to be on a whole nother level, man. A whole nother level that this flesh really it's hard to even fathom. But these things are all written in the scriptures, man. 1 Corinthians 15, around the 50th verse, goes into our immortality. Right? So we have an amazing blessing and an inheritance coming, to the nation of Israel, starting with the elect, which we want to be a part of that first go-around, because that judgment that we have to go through, or the judgment that has to transpire, the straight gate that we have to go through, these trials and tribulations, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a time like never before. It's going to be death and destruction on a level that this earth has never seen, man. The Lord is coming with gruesome judgment. He's going to make a statement to everybody, to these Edomites, these scoffers, these non-believing Israelites. Right? So, yeah, man, we want to be a part of that first go-around. That's why it behooves you to repent, and to be renewed in your mind, man, and to call upon the names of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and to seek the truth, man, because this is the truth, man. The apostles and elders of Great Millstone, have the doctrine of Yahushua. And the brothers that learn from them, man, we have that the correct doctrine. We can see it through, through the Spirit. But it's already written, man. The Lord has everybody in their lot at the end of the day. So let's get this in Isaiah 14, and we'll start at the top, and then we'll close it out. So again, these heathen think, they're going to be the next superpowers of the world and whatnot. But this is really what's coming to them. Isaiah 14:1, it reads, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord, for the servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. And they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, How have the oppressors ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord have broken the staff of the wicked, and the scepter of the rulers." So the Israelites, so-called Negros, Latinos, and Native Americans, we went through our punishment, man. But we're still going through it, but we went through it. So now it's our time to rule, man, because the earth was made for our sakes anyways. This was always the plan of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is for, the Israelites to rule, these other nations, and to live in paradise on earth. And slavery is coming for these heathen, because they're going to have to build up our kingdom as we have built up, these other nations' kingdom, especially Esau, Edom. Right? This is what's coming to them, man. So, yeah, man, the next superpower of the world is Yasharala, is the Israelites. The sons of God, man. So, Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. The message remains the same, man. Repent before it's too late, because the day of the Lord is close, man. It draweth nigh. Our redemption draweth nigh. Lord willing, those of us who are sincere be a part of the elect. So I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Shalom, Kwam Yasharala, and the Bible Ball.
But let us seek ye the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom.
All right, okay, I understand.
The word kingdom means what? Domicile of the kings. Domicile of the kings. That's what kingdom means. Okay? So that means domicile, that's the place. A place where kings dwell. Only men could be kings. Kingdom, domicile of the kings. That proves that only men could be in this truth. Women are not kings. Only men are kings. So that proves a point, which that goes into Ezekiel. Unto you, O men, I call. Ezekiel 34, right? Only men are going to receive the truth, because the Lord is only dealing with men. The tabernacle of the Most High is with men, right? So that proves that this word is the kingdom, is the kingdom itself. The knowledge, because only men are going to really receive this thing.
He withdraweth not his eyes from the righteous, but with kings are they on the throne, yea, he doth establish them forever, and they are exalted. Therefore the redeemed of the Lord shall return, and come with singing unto Zion, and everlasting joy shall be upon their head. They shall obtain gladness and joy, and sorrow and mourning shall flee away.
The elect of the nation of Israel, they were born to be leaders of the nation. What did Yahushua tell his disciples? You shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Think about that, man. We're being created, we're being formed, we're being forged into being leaders of this great nation, the nation of Israel.
Okay, I understand.
Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.